सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयम् यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविदे नमः। प्रागेवैतद्विदेः कर्म वर्णित्वादेरपोहनात् तदस्थूलादिशास्त्रेभ्यः तत्त्वमेवेति निश्चयात्। पूर्वदेहपरित्यागे जात्यादीनां प्रहाणतः देहस्यैव तु जात्यादिः तस्याप्येवं ह्यनात्मता। ममाहं चेत्यतो विद्या शरीरादिष्वनात्मसु आत्मज्ञानेन हेया स्यात् असुराणामिति श्रुतेः। दशाः शौचकार्याणां पारिव्राज्ये निवर्तनम् यथा ज्ञानस्य सम्प्राप्तौ तद्वज्जात्यादिकर्मणाम्। See how in a unique manner the teacher is bringing up the concept of avidya while also answering some other concerns. Yavat jivadishruti vihitatvat karmanam. This is a standard question that is always taken up in discussion of Vedanta or Advaita Vedanta. That whereas the Shastra is very clear that one should perform Agnihotradi daily incidental duties as long as one is alive. Tadakarane pratyavaya bhayat. And how do you say that the person is free from fear? Because they always fear of violating the command of the Shruti. Vidushopi asti, that fear is even there for the wise person. Said no, tat asthuladi shastrebhya tattvameveति nischayat. Vadi shastra sthulam ananu akhrasvam. There is the nature of Brahma, which is nirvishesham, devoid of all the attributes. Tattvamasi. That nirvishesham Brahma you are. I am nirvishesham Brahma. So what are Visheshas, attributes I think I have, they are all found to be, mithya or wrong in superimposition. Vernitvadehe apohanat. This teaching enables me to let go the identification with what I am not. That I am Varni, I belong to given Varna or a caste. That is because of identifying the body, which I realize I am not. Videhe, that vidhi yavat jivam, that vidhi applies only until this identification of body etc. is given up, because then the varnitvam does not remain, the sense of individuality does not remain, Brahmana, Kshatriya does not remain. Therefore, no vidhi or no command remains for me. Further, that jati I cannot be, and deha also I cannot be. Not only Shastra says that your asthula, anu, akhrasva, adirga, and that no vishesha is in you, Shastra says. But it is also in keeping with the reasoning. Purva deha parityage jatyadinam prahanatah. When a jivatma departs from his body, jatyadi, brahmanatvam, all of this is given up because the jiva, subtle body, doesn't have any jati. Therefore it can enter another body with any jati. Which means that the jati belongs to the gross body. When the jivatma gives the gross body, no more there is the designation or a sense of individuality based on jati. Jatyadinam prahanatah. When one departs from his body, one discards, gives up the idea of jati about oneself. Dehasevitu jatyadi anvaya vyatireka. As long as I am identified with the body, so long I have the notion of jati about myself. Now in this case, not identification, in this case association with the body is given up, there is no jati. The jati or varna belongs to the body. So therefore varna or jati is anatma. Because it is given up, agamapai is coming and going. Tasyapi evam hyanatma. Even the body also similarly comes and goes. Therefore, body also is an atma. So with the help of this Shruti as well as Yukti, establish how the jati and the deha I am not. Mamaham chaiti, and still I keep on saying that I am this body is mine. I keep saying that. Avidya. Therefore, this evidence of avidya or ignorance in our life, which brings about the habitual identification with what I am not, and judging myself based on what I am not, that is ignorance. Shariradishu, anatmasu. So, there is avidya, mamahamiti. In body, etc., which is established anatma, to call it mine and I is ignorance. Atma jnanena heya syat, that ignorance of nature of adhyasa or identification, heya syat, is available subject to being discarded by atma jnana. And further, that body I cannot be. Asuranam iti shrutehe. Those who are convinced that body I am, That body is the Atma. So that is the conclusion about Atma. So that's knowledge of the Atma, that I am the body. That's called Upanishad. Asuranam Upanishad. That notion or conclusion or theory of philosophy, darshanam. Upanishad darshanam. So that perception that I am the body is asuram, that it belongs to asura, the demons. Is a demoniac darshanam, demoniac perception, demoniac notion. Therefore also the body I cannot be. Dashaha shauchakaryanam parivrajye nivartanam. Further, when the association of the body is given up, all those rituals or the impurities that one inherited because of the association with the body. When one takes up sannyasa, then this body supposedly is given up. This body is dead. And that is the reason why a sannyasi has no obligation to follow the shaucha karma because of the death or birth of something near in the kith and kin nearby. Similarly also, yatha jnana samprapto, so when the knowledge is gained that I am not the body, therefore whatever shauchadi, whatever impurities I thought I was stuck with, I no more because they belong to body. Tadvat jatyadi karmanam, the karma or the duties which I thought were enjoined upon me because I took to look upon myself as a Brahmana Kshatriya, which is the conclusion because of identification of the body. Now, in case of a person who departs the body, there is a physical separation. For a wise person, there is separation in terms of knowledge that I am not the body. But the outcome is the same. The wise person does not consider himself as being polluted by something that happens anywhere, even in the body for that matter. And therefore, the duties that are enjoined on account of the notions about myself arising from identification of the body no more apply to me. Then continuing verse 48, Yasmadevam Atmanah. Jasmad nothing. How come I am not able to read properly? Am I Jewish light bharosa kya nahi? Jasmadevam Atmanah Brahmatva Ajnanamulo Dehadhyadhyas Nibandhana Samsara. The samsara, the sukhitvam, dukhitvam, sukha dukkha sakshatkara, sukhiyayam, dukkhiyayam, and all the consequence, signs of grief, delusion, fear, karma, everything arising from there, the chain of birth and death, cause and effect. Dehadi adhyasa nibandhana. That samsara, or an unceasing chain of cause and effect, birth and death, from one whirlpool to the other whirlpool, a sorrow go round, a constant series of suffering. Dehadi adhyasa nibandhana is caused by adhyasa, the identification with Dehadi, body, etc. How does that identification arise? Brahmatmatva ajnana mulaha. Brahmatmatva, not knowing that Atma, I am Brahma. And therefore that ignorance leads me to take body, anatma to be atma. And therefore the samsara has its basis in taking myself to the body, which conclusion arises on account of identification of the body, which identification arises because of ignorance that I am Brahman. Since samsara has its cause in ignorance of this nature, तस्मात् तत्वज्ञानात् प्राक् कामादियुक्तो धर्माधर्मद्वारा संसरति. Therefore, kamadiyuktah. One characteristic of samsara is that one is kamadiyuktah. Samsari means kami. I am a person entertaining desires because I am needy, because I am limited, because I am lacking, wanting. And that kama, tattvajnanat prak, that this identification of the body, mind, sense complex brings about a sense of limitedness and therefore desire. And dharma dwara samsarati. The desire prompts me to perform action. Sometimes actions are in keeping with the dharma or the values of life. Sometimes the pressure is too much, I don't have the leisure to follow all the dharma. Dot all the I's, cross all the T's, that requires leisure. Too much under pressure, and therefore often I compromise the values of dharma. So when karma is there is likely to be a pressure which will force me also to compromise the values. It's going to happen today or tomorrow. Because nature of karma, desire is such that more you fulfill the desire, more the desires arise like pouring butter into fire. The day will come when the pressure of desire will force me to compromise my values. It will happen. If I do not do something about it, dharma dwara samsarati. Person performs dharma and adharma, righteous, unrighteous actions, which propel him to another body, another dharma. This is how the hetu phalatmaka samsara. Dharma, the karma becomes hetu for this body, next body. That body becomes a hetu for performing other karma of dharma, and that is how hetu becomes phalam, phalam becomes hetu. So that is how there is unceasing chain called samsara. That is in absence of the brahmatma jnanam, absence of knowledge of atma being brahma. Brahmatma jnani sati kamade abhavat. When the knowledge of Brahma being Atma or Atma being Brahma takes place, there is no scope for karma. Because then I see myself as full, complete or whole. And in wholeness there is no occasion for any lack or want and therefore desire. So verse 48 says, Yat kamas tat kratur bhutva Kritam tvajñah prapadyate Yada svatmadrishah kamaha pravacchante mrutastada. Yat kamaha tat kartur bhutva. This statement from Chandogya Upanishad was quoted in the verse number 19 in the Tika. Atho khalu ahu kama eva ayam purusha. Some say ayam purusha kamamaya. That this purusha, the human being, is made of kama. All along, kama in fact dominates his life. In one form or the other, this purusha is nothing but kama. So yatha kama bhavati, tatha kratur bhavati. First desire arises, that desire forces him to resolve to fulfill that desire. That desire cannot be fulfilled unless an action is performed. An action cannot be performed unless I first determine what I am going to do. That is called kratu. Yatha kratur bhavati tat karma kurute. Desire compels me to determine that I must do this. That kratu, sankalpa, determination makes me resolve, forces me to perform that karma. That karma brings about karma phala, prapadyate, sampadyate, and that's how I become the recipient of the karma phala. So reminding us that yat kama tat kratur bhutva. The kratu, the sankalpa, the resolve to do a given thing arises from kama, the desire, because when desire becomes strong, every desire need not compel me. Desire can arise and go. Or with vivek I can resolve that it is no good. When that does not happen, then the desire gathers a force. And then it compels me to fulfill itself. That is when that kratu or resolve arises, I will do this to fulfill the desire. Then karma, that particular action happens, then karma phala, etc. That is samsara. Krutam tvajna prapadyate. This ajna, ignorant person who gives reality to his sense of limitedness, therefore give reality to his kama or desire, and there was kratu or sankalpa, there karma, karma phala. This is samsara. Yada swatma drusha kamaha pramuchyante. Swatma drusha. Swatmanam pashyati, the one who sees the true nature of oneself. Kamaha pramuchyante, all the kamas, they depart. He doesn't have to give them up. In the wake of the knowledge of self, the desires have no scope there. They depart. Tada amritaha, then becomes immortal, meaning becomes free from samsara. So now ignorance and knowledge, this is the main topic the teacher comes to through various discussions. So, looking in the tika, swatma drusha, swe swarupe brahmani atmadrushti yasyasa swatmadruk swatmanam pashyati iti swatmadruk. One who sees the Atma, that everybody does. In what way does he see Atma? Then is called the swatmadruk, the knower of the self. Swe swarupe brahmani atmadrushti yasyasa. One who sees when the essential nature of Brahma. So one who sees oneself Brahma is in the true sense Swatmadruk, or the knower of the self. So Swatmadrusha kamaha pramuchyante. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesu ridishyataha athamartyo mృతో bhavati atra brahma samashnute. This is the Kathopanishad. Or Brudaranyaka Upanishad also. Yada ye hridishritaha kamaha sarve pramuchyante. When all the kamana that are lodged in the heart or in the mind, not in the Atma, they are in the mind. And they are lodged in the mind because there is a reason for them to be lodged in the mind. And that reason is the sense of lack or want. And that arises from ignorance. Therefore, when ignorance is dispelled in the wake of knowledge, the sense of lack or want also disappears, and kamas, desires, which are the result of the lack or want, also disappear. There is no basis for them to stay here anyway. If you are drinking alcohol every evening, you will have friends who will come and to drink with you. You start reading Ramcharitmanas, all those fellows disappear. As long as the lack and want in me, so long all the desires came. The fullness in me, desires, they all disappear. I don't have to drive them, but they disappear. Yada sarve pramuchante kama yesya hridishritaha, even though Lord Krishna says, prajahati yada kama. When one very well gives up the desires, in fact, kama pramuchante, when the desires themselves depart. Hridishritaha, because they were focused in the heart. Athamartyo muto bhavati, therefore the mortal becomes immortal. Or the one who thought he was mortal discovers, recognizes, I am mortal. Atra Brahma samashnate, yet in Brahman, right here in this body. Iti shrutehe hrudayaha kamaha. Hrudayaha. Hridishritaha means hrudayaha. The kamas, desires that are centered in the root or the heart of the mind. Adhyasa badhena badhitaha. The desires can remain in the mind. They won't remain, but in case they are there, those desires become my desires when I am identified with the mind. When there is clear distinction between myself, mind and myself, then even if there is a desire in the mind, that doesn't become my desire. Anything becomes problem when it gets connected with I. And only way those things can get connected is by identification, by adhyasa. Hridayadhyasa badhanena badhitaha santaha. Adhyasa, identification, hridaya or the mind is there, so long the desires are thought to belong to me, and yada prakarshena muchyante, when that connection is no more there, then desires remain where they are, namely in the heart, in the mind. What was in the mind was superimposed upon I, and I thought I was desirous. Now that was my notion. That doesn't remain. Tada pravritti bija bhava. Therefore, I don't care if there are desires elsewhere. I have problem with if the desires are in me. So desire is not kama bijam. Desiring I is the kama bija. Understand? If the desire is kept where it is, then it's not a problem. But the desire is then superimposed upon I, and I become desiring I. Then that is pravritti bijam. Desire is not pravritti bijam, desiring I is a pravritti bijam. A lacking or wanting I becomes desiring I, that becomes the seed or cause of karma. So therefore that connection with the desire and I was the cause or seed of karma. When that is not there, Atma amrutaha muktaha samsara bandhano bhavati, or mukta samsara bandhano bhavati. Amrita, Atma becomes immortal means what? Mukta samsara bandhano bhavati. Mukta samsara bandhanam yasya saha mukta samsara bandhana. One for whom this one who is free from the bandhana of samsara. One who is characterized by freedom from samsara. That's mukta samsara bandhana bhavati. And therefore, all this karma etc. is there as long as ignorance is. This is what the teacher wants to emphasize. Duties etc. are there as long as ignorance is. If ignorance is not there, the very seed of the cause of karma, which is kratu, which is kama, which is ignorance, is not there. एतस्यैव आनन्दस्य अन्यानि भूतानि मात्राम् उपजीवन्ति. Says the Bृहदारण्यकोपनिषद. एतस्यैव आनन्दस्य अन्यानि भूतानि मात्राम् उपजीवन्ति. Anyani bhutani. All other beings, upajivanti, they survive on the matra, a fraction of this ananda, that is atma. Yat saukhyam vadi lesha leshataya me shakradev nirvutaha. Saukhyam buddhi, the ocean of saukhyam, the ocean of ananda. Lesha leshataya me. From a drop of the ananda, that is happiness, that is atma. Shakradev nirvutaha. Such great ones, Indra, etc., they are contained by the fraction of which ananda or ocean of ananda. So, etasya anandasya anyani bhutani matram upajivanti. Therefore, all the beings, they are sustained or survive or are contented with the matra, a little small fraction of this ananda, which is limitless ananda. Meaning atma is the nature of the ananda, ananda. Nitya trupto nirashraya, Bhagavad Gita. Nitya trupta, ever content, nirashraya, free from any ashraya or dependence. I depend upon the karma phala, and the means of, I am dependent upon many things. Basically, I become dependent upon because I am desiring. Therefore, the object of desire is important to me. Therefore, karma which will fulfill that becomes important to me. Therefore, the means required to perform the karma become important to me. All of this, I take ashraya in all of this. In fact, I am dependent upon countless things when I am a desiring person. Nitya truptaha, when one discovers that I am nitya truptaha, the trupti or the contentment I am getting now and then is not my nature, it is only incidental. That trupti that I experience now and then is a glimpse of the nitya trupta atma. Trupti, happiness is only in the atma. It looks like when I experience a desirable entity, which may be an object or a person, I experience happiness and I conclude that happiness came from there. What it is at that time, I get a glimpse of my own self. So, etasya anandasya, it is a fraction of the ananda of myself that I am experiencing. Nitya trupta, when I discovered that my trupti is my nature, then nirashraya, no ashraya remain, I become totally independent. Become free from dependence upon anything. Free from seeking favor from anything. The desiring person is always seeking favor. Please favor me, please help me, because I am unhappy, I am lacking, wanting, unhappy, suffering. The only way my suffering can end is when my desire is fulfilled. The only way my desire can be fulfilled, if you bless me, help me, always seeking favor of the world. Because I am not able to make myself happy, therefore I have to depend upon the world to make me happy. Always seeking favor, and they won't favor unless I please them. It's always a barter, I please them, then they please me. It doesn't happen just like that. Aho rupam, aho dhvanihi. I say, how handsome you are, how beautiful your voice is. This is a dialogue between donkey and what is it, camel. What is it? Lagnavela, Shishtanam Lagnavelayam Gardava Santi Gayakaha. When there was the occasion of marriage in the group of these camels, then the donkeys were invited as the musicians. Gardavaha Santi Gayakaha Parasparam Prashamsanti. They praise each other. Aho Rupam, Aho Dhvani. Hey camel, what a Rupa. Wow. Hey, Aho Dhvani. Donkey, what a voice you have. So a human being's, perception is superimposed upon animals. I don't think a camel thinks that I am ugly, or a donkey thinks that my voice, but this is our own standard. Anyway, but this is what we need to do with the world to please them, then only they will favor us, then only I can be happy. I cannot make myself happy. Nitya Trupto Nirashraya, the only way is I discover that happiness is my nature. Nirashraya, become free from all ashraya, the dependence. Ityadi Shruti, Vedi Shruti is that they have not been discovered. The Nitya Trupto Niranjana, it may be someplace. Atmana Nitya Truptatva Avagama. From that statement of Shruti, we understand that Atma is Nitya Trupta. Tasya Sadhya Sadhana Vilakshanattvena. Now, normally Trupti is a Sadhyam. Trupti or happiness is the result of an action. Trupti becomes Sadhya and Karma becomes Sadhanam. I must therefore resort to sadhanam or karma for trupti or sadhya. That is my life. When that trupti is seen as my own nature, then sadhya is already accomplished. Then sadhana is not needed. I become free from sadhya sadhana. So tasya sadhya sadhana vilakshanattvena atma is nitya truptaha. Already siddha, therefore there is no sadhyatvam in Atma nor sadhanatvam. Atma does not need to be accomplished because it is already accomplished. Atma itself cannot be means of accomplishing something else because it can't become a means. It is myself. Sadhya sadhana vilakshanattvena Atma, there is nitya truptaha. Your nature of happiness is neither sadhana nor sadhya. Swataha kriyadi samsparshitva bhava. Therefore, no kriya can touch Atma. Kriya or karma is characterized by sadhya. Kriya itself is sadhanam, with which you accomplish what we call sadhya or end. Kriya or karma is sadhana means with which you accomplish karma. You get karma, what is sadhya? Sadhya means ananda. Sadhana means karma. You already are accomplished. Then you don't become sadhya because you are already accomplished. Sadhya is something not accomplished, becomes to be accomplished. Atma is not sadhya, nitya siddha. Therefore it is not sadhana also. Sadhya sadhana vilakshanattvena Atma being vilakshana, distinct from the notions of sadhya sadhana or the nature of sadhya sadhana. Swatah Kriyadi Samsparshitva Abhavat. The Kriya cannot touch. Kriya can affect sadhyam because sadhya, the end is accomplished by kriya or karma. The karma can affect sadhya and karma itself is sadhanam. So karma will have its role when this setup of sadhya sadhanam is there. That karma cannot touch Atma. Karma can affect sadhya and sadhana. Kriyadi, kriya means kriya, karma, phala, etc. Samsparsa, kriya, then kratu, then karma, samsparshitva bhavat. There cannot be kama and kratuhu and kriya and karma phala in Atma. Adhyasamulatam kriya tat karana yogasya iti nishyatya kriya tat karaka yogasya. Therefore, when Atma becomes connected with kriya and karaka, Atma becomes a desirer, it becomes a resolver, he becomes an actor or performer of action, he becomes the experiencer of result, karma phala. All this kriya, karaka, all of this yoga, they all get connected with Atma. When Atma entertains notion that I am atrupta, I am dissatisfied, I am not content, I am lacking, wanting. When I look upon everything gets stuck to me, I don't even invite them. Need not invite mosquitoes and cockroaches, and they will themselves come when the environment is there. So I need not invite desires. And there were kratu, and there were karma, and karma, all of them will come when they find that this fellow is lacking, wanting. So kriya tat karaka yoga. The yoga, the association with kriya tat karaka. Kriya and karaka means accessories to accomplish karma. The yoga, the association of Atma with them happens only because of adhyasa. Dukkha sanyoga yoga. Dukkha sanyoga is because of ignorance. And dukkha sanyoga kriya karaka phala sanyoga. Adhyasa mulatvam. It is mula root in adhyasa or identification. It is nischitya. So this nischaya should arise in me. That there is desire in me and therefore there is kratu resolve. Therefore all of these I get connected because I am connected to the body. Therefore, when I manage to connect myself to the body, mind, sense complex, then I get connected to a whole host of things that come there. This fellow gets married, the whole family of wife comes, everybody comes there. Or vice versa. Sometimes, you get stuck with many things. I can't live without my mother, I can't do this, and that is how everybody comes. Mother says that I need this and I need that. So also the host of the kriya, karaka, phala, all of these things come. It is nischitya. That I become karta because of adhyasa, ignorance. When I become karta, then I require all these karakas to accomplish the karma. So this nischaya arises that I find myself performing karma because I have connected myself with anatma. And that connection is only nature and identification, not the real connection. And that identification is the result of aviveka, not distinguishing. So viveka jnanam. Atma tattva avbodhanena kriya ritya. The only way that kriya or karma causes a lot of burden or stress on me. He is not by giving a karma that I become free from stress, because stress is the cause is inside, not in karma. Because of what is within me, karma becomes a cause of stress. Not karma is, or any, the world is not cause of stress and conflict. The seed of conflict is within me, of my sense of individuality arising from the identification of body, mind, sense complex because of ignorance. Atma tattva avbodhanena kriyadi tyajyam, therefore, that yavat jivam shruti does not apply to you when you give up the karma by atma tattva avbodhanena. Avbodhanam, by the knowledge of atma tattva, the essence, the truth of the self, then no more kriya etc. will stuck with, connect with you. So only way to give up karma is by knowledge. There is no other way you can give up karma. Because giving up karma also becomes a karma. So karma has to drop. I can't give up desire, desire has to leave me. So karma will leave me. Say Atma Rupa. Therefore the next verse is verse 49. Atma Rupa Videh Karyam Kriyadibhyo Nivartanam न साध्यम साधनम वात्मा नित्य तृप्त स्मृतेर्मतः आत्मरूप विधेः. It is a sixth case. So what is vidhi? What is vidheः? Sixth case of vidhi. What is vidhi? Vidhanam. Tat Swarupa Avadharanam. This word vidhi is the sense of avadharanam, ascertainment. Tat Swarupa Avadharanam, ascertaining the true nature of myself. Now there is this vidhi, that karma vidhi is there, now Atma Rupa vidhi is there. When this vidhi comes, then that vidhi has no scope. That vidhi is a command. This vidhi is knowledge. But there are both are vidhi. So Atma Rupa Vidhe. Vidhi of the nature of Atma. Meaning Atma Swarupa Avadharanam. Vidhi of the nature of ascertainment of the true nature of Atma. Karyam, what does it accomplish? Kriyadibhyo Nivartanam. Is Karya means outcome here. The outcome of the knowledge of the true nature of self is Kriyadibhya Nivartanam. Is Nivartanam, is becoming free from Kriyadibhya, or letting go of Kriya, etc. or Kartrutva. न साध्यम साधनम वात्मा नित्य तृप्त स्मृतेर मतः, because नित्य तृप्त है स्मृते है. स्मृति इज भगवद गीता. नित्य तृप्त है, निराश्रय है. दैट्स द 4th chapter. टीकाकार कोर्स नित्य तृप्तो निरंजन इत्यादि श्रुति. सो wherever that comes from, but the verse says स्मृते है, नित्य तृप्तो निराश्रय इति स्मृते है. Atma nitya trupta matah. Therefore Atma is known or recognized to be nitya trupta, ever content. Na sadhyam sadhanam vatma. Therefore nitya trupta is nitya sadhya, cannot become sadhya, nor can become sadhanam. So Atma is neither sadhya nor sadhanam, therefore have no connection with any karma. So kriyadibhyo nivartanam. By recognizing that the I, the self, has no connection whatever with Kriya. And any exercise therefore which require performance of Kriya. Have no connection. That is the Nivartana. The freedom from karma is not by giving up karma. Freedom from karma is by recognizing I am never connected with karma. I never performed karma when I thought I was performing karma. I never needed karma even when I thought I needed karma. And that happens by Atma Rupa Vidhi, Atma Swarupa Nirdharanam, ascertainment of the true nature of Atma. So this is how the karma, one becomes free from karma. And therefore the Yavad Jivam Sri doesn't apply. Yadyapi, so now the nature of Atma, nature of knowledge is being unfolded. How this teacher is progressively, the thought development comes ultimately the main theme here. Yadyapi vijñātātma tattvasya kriyahetu abhāvāt tadabhāvah. Yadyapi vijñāta atma tattvasya vijñātam atma tattvam yena sa vijñāta atma tattva, meaning one who has known the atma tattva. For him, kriyahetu abhāvāt, it is ignorance which kriyahetu. Ignorance which brings about adhyasa is hetu, the cause of karma. That adhyasa no more remains in the wake of knowledge, therefore the very cause of karma is gone. Abhava, absence of the very cause of karma. All right. So wise person we accept. That wise person is now, there is no reason to perform action, nor does he perform action. This is all right for wise person. Tadavi jignaso mumuksho. But what about jignas or mumukshu? The mumukshu should perform karma. Now sannyasa is an outcome. Karyam is outcome of knowledge is sannyasa. Vidvat sannyasa. So wise person need not take a formal sannyasa. How about Vividishu? How about a Jignasu? He must perform karma because he is not yet wise. Tathapi Jignasoho Mumukshoho Mokshaya Kriya Anushtanam Syat. It is a mumukshu or a seeker, aspirant of moksha should perform karma for attainment of moksha, should he not? Iti ashankya. So when that doubt arises, mokshasya kriyafala vilakshanatvat na tasyapi kriyasambhavah. Not only for the one who has attained moksha there is no kriya, but even for the one who wants moksha and only moksha, understand. Moksha me bhuyaditi ichha. Only ichha in my mind is moksha, then alone I become free from kriya, not otherwise. But that's a mumukshu. So an ideal aspirant in whose mind the only desire is for moksha and nothing else. So therefore, mokshasya kriyafala vilakshanatvat. Moksha is not a kriyafalam because it is already accomplished. 4 kinds of kriyafala are there, moksha doesn't fall in any one of them. If moksha fell in the category of karma phala, if moksha was karma phala, the result of karma, then karma will be required to attain moksha. So mumukshu also will perform karma to gain moksha. Afterwards he may not doubt, but until then he will perform karma. If moksha was the result of karma, mokshasya kriyafala vilakshanatvat. Moksha is not kriyaphalam. Na tasyapi kriyasambhava. Therefore, moksha also has no kriyasambhava. Tasyapi kriyasambhava. Ityaha. Na tasyapi kriyasambhava iti. So, mumukshoho api, even mumukshu also has no sambhava of kriya. Mumukshu wants moksha. If moksha is required to be accomplished, then mumukshu has to perform karma. But moksha does not fall in the category of karma phala. Therefore, even mumukshu doesn't have to perform karma. All he wants is moksha, and moksha can't be attained by karma. Therefore, no role of karma for mumukshu. Utpadya. So next verse is उत्पाद्याप्य विकार्याणि संस्कार्यं च क्रियाफलम् नातोऽन्यत् कर्मणा कार्यम् त्यजेत् तस्मात् ससाधनम्। उत्पाद्य आप्य विकार्याणि। So उत्पाद्यम आप्यम विकार्यम and samskaryam च क्रियाफलम. So kriyafalam, kriyayaha phalam, the phalam or the result of action falls in one of these four categories. Utpadya, you produce something which is not there. Apyam, you reach somewhere where you are not. Vikaryam, you transform yourself into a state where you are not. Samskaryam, you purify something which is impure. Kriyafalam. Therefore, a kriya or an action can bring about one of these four ends. Kriyafalam. न अतः अन्यत् कर्मणा कार्यं त्यजेत् तस्मात् ससाधनम्। तस्मात् मुमुक्षु ससाधनं कर्म त्यजेत्। न अतः अन्यत्, not other than this four is the result of the action. Therefore, they don't fall, moksha doesn't fall in there. Therefore, so sasadhanam, along with sadhana, karma must be given up with sadhanam. Jaya, apatya, vitta, shikha, yajñopavitadi sadhanam, sadhana sahitam. Jaya mesya, atha prajaya, vittam mesya, atha karma kuruya. So Jaya, Praja, Vittam, these were identified as the, and of course Yajamana as the cause of karma. So Jaya, Apatya, Vittam, and then of course Upanayanam, Shikha, Yajñopavita, all of this comes when, that is where, when you qualify for performing Vedic rituals. Shikha yajñopavitadi sadhana sahitam karma. When karma is given up, all the sadhanam for karma also are given up. So these are sadhanam for karma. Jaya must be there, apatya must be there, vitta must be there, shikha must be there, yajñopavita must be there. Along with that, karma vidhilakshanam tyajet mumukshuhu. So, tasmat sasadhanam karyam tyajet. Next, what the line says, karya means karma. So, mumukshu is shesha. Tasmat mumukshu sasadhanam karyam tyajet. Therefore, mumukshu would give up the karyam or karma along with all the sadhanas. Because न अतः अन्यत् कर्मणा कार्यम, karma cannot accomplish anything other than utpadyam, atmyam, vikaryam, samskaryam, च क्रियाफलम. अतः अन्यत् न कर्मणा कार्यम. Other than these four, karma has nothing more and else to accomplish. Therefore, tasmat sasadhanam karma mumukshu tyajet. Therefore, Muksha must give up the sadhana, karma along with sadhanas. Krutakasya anityatvat, because karma phalam is krutakam. Krutakam, what is brought about by karma? So krutena krutam, you can say. What is accomplished by karma is krutakam. Tasya anitatvad, whatever is produced by karma is impermanent, perishable. Nastya krutah krutena, akrutah krutena karmana nasti. So whatever karma accomplishes, all of it is perishable. The imperishable, eternal cannot be accomplished by karma. Moksha says nityatma swarupa avasthan rupatvat. What is moksha? Nityatma swarupa avasthanam. Abiding in Atma, which is nitya, or always abiding in Atma. Nitya Atma, Atma there is nitya. That being the case is not accomplished, so it doesn't fall in the category of what is Utpadya, Apya, Vikarya, etc. It's not Utpadya because already there, it's of the nature of existence. The Apya because my own nature, therefore is not to be accomplished. Not Vikarya because it is Nirvikara, Atma is Nirvikara. And Nitya Shuddha, therefore, na samskarya. Atma and therefore moksha. Because what is moksha? Nityatma suruvasthana rupatvat mokshasya. That is important. Moksha is abiding in the nature of Atma, which is what? Nitya. Not Utpadya, not Apya, not Vikarya, not Samskarya. So in the Nitya, Nirvikara, Nitya Prapta, Nitya Shuddha, you have to understand that. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta. In Atma, abiding in Atma of that nature is called moksha. And therefore, karma has no scope with reference to moksha of that nature. If moksha meant reaching some realm, such as Brahmaloka, then karma has a role. Brahmaloka is apya. It's something where you have to reach. If moksha meant that you have to become pure, you are impure, Atma is impure, to be made pure, so karma is stuck with Atma, so Atma is purified, then karma is required. If you are small, you have to become big, you are bound and become limited and liberated, then there is some vikara, some transformation required. Or moksha is not there and it is to be created, utpatti is required. Moksha is already there, no utpatti. Moksha is my nature, there is no apyatvam. Moksha therefore is ever pure, eternal. So it cannot be karma phala. Atma is not karma phala. Moksha, which is abiding in Atma, also cannot become karma phala. Tasat, tasmat, the moksha abhi karmana krutyam asti bhava. Therefore, a muksha also has nothing to accomplish by karma. So a wise person is a sannyasi by virtue of knowledge. But a mumukshu must become a sannyasi by will. It's called Vaida sannyasa. Sannyasa taken by vidhi. You go through the process. So that sannyasa is a process. For a wise person, sannyasa is spontaneously happening. For a mumukshu or vividishu, sannyasa is a process, a result of vidhi. So some vidhi you should go through. But even that Vaida sannyasa also a mumukshu should have. Iti bhava. Okay, we'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.